Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next round of the Oak House Truck Series. Gonna be a good one here tonight. And literally, my favorite place, my favorite racetrack in the whole wide world, Talladega Superspeedway. You're gonna see it all live here tonight on Motormouth Broadcasting. Good evening, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves, my good buddy, the Australian Dean Hopton Biggles, the best damn producer in the business, co-commentating, producing as well. Dean, buddy, you know I love this place. You know I have a passion for Talladega. This is the biggest one right here. This is the one. This is the party central right here. Dean, I love this place. As we're getting ready, we got the grid lined up. And obviously, Chasing McCook starting on the pole. Zachary Tyler be rolling off on his outside. Then you go with row number 2 right in behind them.
Oh, yeah. You get Jacob.
And then row number 2, you'll find the locks right there behind them. Obviously, of Kenneth Bohm and Brad Compton back there in row number 2. Row 3, you got Jason Truckee, Brandon Biggs. It makes up that row 3, 5th, and 6th. Row 4, you got Dave Stinson, Jackson Albright, making up that row number 4. Row 5, riding at the top 10, got Kevin Narat, Jackson Pohl. They're making up that top 10. And we ain't done yet. Sean LaGrave, Wesley Beasley, making up the top 12. Good field out here for Oak House with Ryan Keyser, John Russo, top 14. Top 16 finds John Edwards, Joshua Wise. Flip-flop back row 9, you got Bill Bonzma and Logan Gill. Sometimes we get some of these names mixed up. Then I kind of look at them and I'm like, damn, look at that. Howard Peoples, Travis Burton, that's the top 20. So they're working their way down the backstretch. You see the pace lights out, so we are going green this time by Brady LaGrave, Jay LaGrave. I'm going to take a wild guess. They're related. Back there in row 11 with Jaden Malukin and Michael Cole. Not sure if he's the WWE announcer. Always on to ask that. James Burns, top 25. That's how they're going to roll it here tonight. Dave, buddy, what's up? How you doing?
How you doing, Jacob? Good to be back in the booth with you. Felt like it was only just the other day. It was just the other day. It went well. But it's a first, I think, for Oak House Racing. It is. So we're going to have 50 big laps here tonight at Dega, baby. As you said, one of your favourite tracks in your neck of the woods, actually. So let's see how these gladiators this evening can tackle this track, my friend. And it is getting close at the standings at the top 2. We'll probably go through them if there is a caution, but it's damn close there between Howard Peoples and Logan Gill.
Absolutely. I'm telling you what, that's like I said, this is Party Central right here. Getting all that you can get. You pretty much name it. This is one of those places that's like Vegas, Dean. You don't speak of it. You keep the stories here. Green flag. Oak House Truck Series. We're rolling here at Dega. Big time moving already. Looking like they're going to keep it too wide, at least for the most part. Some of them dropping back. Said, the hell with this. I'm dropping back. I don't want nothing to do with it. But Chasing McCook, Zachary Tyler, they're going to be up on that front row. Starting to see a third lane for Dean, but for the most part, it looks like everybody's kind of content doing too wide. One went all the way down on the apron. He said, I don't want no part of it. But Zachary Tyler, Brandon Biggs right here, they're going to race it out up here with Chasing McCook. You got Jackson Pohl up here with Brad Compton. All these old boys working their way for the first time.
Yeah, big super speedways equals super speed equals super big accidents as well, too. So that's maybe why some of the drivers are just dropping out at the moment there. Jacob, they don't want to get caused in a big one, perhaps once they build up their speed at the moment with Zachary Taylor in the lead there. Brandon Biggs up 4 positions. Jackson Albright as well, too, up 4 positions early in this race.
Yeah, I mean, and Dean, we've seen numerous things. The one thing about this place, one thing about the 2.66 mile super speedway here in central Alabama with a 33 degrees of banking, 4 stories tall, if you will, make it go 3 and 4 wide. The one thing that we didn't really talk about that everybody should, if you've been around the parts of racing, knows, is that this place can produce the big one, the multi-car, multi-truck accident, if you will, that easily can take you out of contention in a hurry. And Dean, you were talking about how tight the points is right here with Oak House. I mean, it could literally turn those points over on its lid and completely flip-flop the standings with just one move. And it ain't got to be by anybody up there at the top in the points. It could be by somebody that's held 10th, 12th in the points. It doesn't matter. One small slip can cost anybody a shot in this race. But at the same time, Dean, we know this as well. This place right here, if you're running like 25th, James Burns back there at 5 seconds, believe it or not, he's still got a shot to win this race because there ain't no telling what the hell is going to happen.
Absolutely right. If you get that third lane going there, Jacob, as you can see in the background, but when push comes to shove and it gets to lap 48, you get that third lane rolling and you got a whole bunch of trucks up there with you, well, all of a sudden you can find yourself from the outhouse to the penthouse pretty quickly.
Outhouse, penthouse. There's a lot of good ones. Yeah. God almighty. Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming right there. You don't want to put yourself in the outhouse. You want to be in the penthouse, up there with the players, and up there with the moonshine, and up there with all the goody stuff. Zachary Taylor rolling with it. Brendan Biggs up here on the front. Maybe not for long. Jackson Albright trying to get something going. Trying to pull that side draft. Then you're going to see a lot of that here tonight with some of these guys working up on that top side to try to jump down on these guys in the bottom lane. Some may take that third lane and try to do it with the ones in the middle. That's when it's going to get really sketchy. But these guys up on this outside lane, they will start to come down on these guys on the bottom side, basically try to get on that right rear quarter, pull them back, and try to use the air to their advantage. It's not like they got an extra horsepower advantage. It's just they're using the air to their advantage. And Jackson Albright driving the 88. Whoa. Believe it or not, 88, a damn good number here at Talladega. Dale Jarrett, Dale Jr., you name it, Darrell Waltrip. Holy crap. Well, we almost got some serious stuff going on right there. I mean, just inches apart, Dean. That's why everybody loves this place.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. You got to be careful of that side draft. It's like a vacuum cleaner. It'll suck you in pretty quickly at the moment, and all of a sudden you're going to find you're trading paints. Look at this in the background here at the moment. Jackson Albright and Zachary Taylor wondering what is going on behind him. And that's a three-wide action. They've just gone, let's go get these two at the front because they're starting to pull away there by 6/10, the top three, actually.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely just go ahead and try to ease on, get on out of there the fastest that they can. Albright, Tyler, Biggs, they're trying to get out of there. You see Burton right here smack dab in the middle of it as well. Travis Burton from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, down there Cajun country. Down there where Jim Cunningham likes it down there. Obviously, he's a Texas now, but he was down there in Louisiana. He's got that Cajun style with him. Kind of interested off that right there. Whoa. Cool to see that. And only problem is I hate Travis Burton's truck paint scheme. Absolutely hate it. It's got the LSU Tigers on it. I can care less. Albright still easy, but got a little hornet's nest, a little bit of door banging almost back here coming off turn two.
Yeah, remember, it's a semi-sprint race as well, too, there, Jacob. So 50 laps at Talladega. Well, it seems short at Talladega, remember, the Superspeedway. But still, you're not going to have stage breaks, or you're going to have a pit stop, I'd imagine. I'm not quite sure exactly there, Jacob. Maybe in the chat there, in the chat as well, too. When you're expecting these trucks to come down because they're going to run out of gasoline, probably change some tyres as well, too. Just be one stop or two stops in this race. Not really sure at the moment.
I'd say probably, Dean, to be honest with you, unless somehow or another they messed with the fuel and they took less fuel some way, somehow, basically you're looking at about a one-stop race. I'd split it right down the middle. 50 laps into this thing, you can actually go 30 to 35 on fuel, but at the same time, curious if anybody's wondering and they hear somebody screaming, it's my 7-month-old son in the background. He just got through heat and pain, but anyway, I mean, 50-lap race, I expect everybody to kind of split it down the middle. That's where it's going to get interesting when you get down pit road. You got to have friends, you got to have people that you can trust to go down with you.
Jacob, I was screaming soon as well too, but of course you got to take care of you. You're stepping in tonight, of course, for Ewan that couldn't make it, so thank you for doing that there, Jacob. I know you're on Papa duties here, but that's all right. We can just barely hear the young one in the background, so it's all good, my friend.
Hey, don't put it past him. Don't tempt the kid. I'm telling you, he'll be able to hear. Look, there's plenty of time. I mean, folks, I know we got a race going on, but, I mean, there's plenty of times where my 7-month-old son has been screaming so bad, I'm amazed the cops hadn't showed up because people was thinking that there's something going on. It was amazing the lungs on a 7-month-old as my son does right here. But anyway, back to the racing. Jackson Albright, the one that took that time or that skill, or that opportunity, rather, Dean, to get down, get that side draft, pull that inside lane back. It's worked out well for him. He's up here leading this thing. Zachary Tyler up here. Brendan Biggs up here. With Travis Burton, obviously, with the Cajun style LSU kind of deal. And Dean, I'm going to try to say this right here. Jim kind of cut me with it last night, so I'm going to try some Cajun French. He wanted me to try it last night. I couldn't pull it. But if I can say it this way, it's laissez le bon temps rouler. And I'm sure he's probably going to be like, what the hell was that? Basically, it's saying let the good times roll in Cajun French. So if I can ever figure it out and I can say it in the right way, that is for Travis Burton. And he is Tom Broley. If you want to throw it up there on this side, he is times rolling up here on this outside lane, trying to lead him up here, trying to make it happen.
Up 15 places, you can see that. It's just gains. He's like a stock market that's going good for him at the moment. That's what he'd be hoping. And fantastic driving for everybody. Hats off. I hope I haven't just jinxed it yet, Jacob, even though I did make a little replay video earlier that I was just wrapping up before we went live in the pitches. And a little moving under the double lines in the background there. But these two are happy to push each other around a little bit. Zachary Tyler there and Jackson Albright. They're happy to run 1 and 2 at the moment there. Brandon Biggs just lurking in the background. The situation behind it is they tried a couple of 3-wide action. Didn't quite pan out for them. They were moving and shaking a little bit around. Happy to get that second row going again. But still plenty of time to go there, Jacob, at 41, so wouldn't necessarily have to make a move up the front just yet. And, of course, that pit stop lurking. Drivers will have to be thinking about that.
Obviously, I mean, you're thinking about that as well, you know, with the pit stop and everything. You don't want to, I mean, that's one of them things, Dean. I mean, that's one of the things why I love this place is, to a certain extent, you can create your own destiny. You have the ability to put yourself wherever you want to. And I know everybody could probably sit there and say, well, hell, you can do that at Texas, or you can do that at Charlotte, or you can do that here. Not on a 2.66 mile super speedway. Here, you can drop all the way to the back. You can sit there and ride around. You can take your time. You can do whatever you think. If you feel froggy, gas it up. But you got to have friends to get you up there at the front. So, I mean, it's whatever you want to do and however you want to do it. Oh, damn, we got a lot of movement back there close to the back. Not 100% what was going on right there, but a little sneaky draft back there, a little sneaky style. Kind of tried to catch us off guard a little bit. But outside lane tried to get rolling. Travis, obviously, with Travis Burton, he was up there trying to make a little something happen. He has already dropped all the way back to the 20th spot. He was up there. He let the good times roll, and he said, I had enough of it. I'm going to take care of myself for a little bit. So he dropped all the way back to the back. Howard Peoples, Ding, you talked about Howard being one of those guys up there at the top of the tippy top of the point standings. Yes. Howard Peoples trying to come in. No, we got a caution. Couple of them going around. Truckee going around. Couple of others. Hard impact to the outside. Potato Wall. Bondsman goes around. LaGrave goes around. Whew! I wouldn't say it's a Waffle House parking lot by no means, but I'd say it's a gas station parking lot on a Friday night with everybody going and getting beer for the weekend. That's what it looks like.
It's a big one. It's a big one as well too, Jacob. So that's definitely something that's happened. Let's have a look at our Cookhouse Racing replay. As we're going to see that one of the big ones. Waffle House parking lot. There's the 52 comes down, takes out a
Jackson
bunch of
Polk
trucks. Yep. 46 going to get into him. A lot of drivers going to get into him. 27 up in the lid.
Flips over.
Wow.
Oh, my God. We may have to get an onboard cam right there with Jackson Poe. Damn it. He got door slammed or door banged in the process with some others trying to straighten it back out. Jackson Poe getting the worst of all of that. Literally went end over end and then got door banged at the end of it. There you see him, Jackson Poe. Watch this right here. I mean, I think he come down right there. He thought he probably saw a hole. Maybe spotter said clear. He come down. Then he barrel rolls going into turn one. Literally goes over one time, able to get back on all fours. And then watch this. He's already up against the wall. Somebody already coming. Oh, bang. Wide open. Bam. Nails him straight into the door. Yep. Jackson Paul, he thought that the ride was rough, rolling over. And then after that, he ended up getting slammed. Yep. Then probably got slammed again. Here we go. Hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your ex-wives if they're sitting with you. and your wife don't know about it. Riding on board, Jackson Pole, roll, flips over. Hold up, it ain't over with yet.
Nope.
Bam! There it is, right in the left side.
It's the number 2.
Jackson Pole getting the worst of all that.
He was the number 2 saying, you ain't getting away with that, my friend. So you're causing, well, essentially close to causing a wreck. I'm not sure if it was Jackson Pole. You'd have to say probably that did cause the wreck. So he'll come down there. Didn't quite think he was clear enough, did he? And then gets into the rest of that, and that's what caused this our big one. And as I said, those drivers are saying, you ain't getting away with that, my friend. Squeaky clean, bang, take you out. Not by accident, of course. It's because there's cars everywhere. Bang! Another person also gets
He
into
got
it.
nailed a third time. I didn't even see that one. God! He's still down pit road, mind you, if y'all didn't know. Yeah, he's still down pit road getting service. There's John Edwards. Goes for a tidy spin. There you see the hard impact up there going into turn number 1 right there. I mean, Edwards didn't look, I mean, he got a little bit of iffy situation right there. There's a 51. There's Sean LeGrave getting a little piece of it as well. A couple of very hard impacts right here, Dean, but it looks like for the most part, as all our leaders, they are taking the opportunity to ease it down pit road, right on board with Brad Compton right here, still showing the replays of Dean. I would classify this one as a big one. Not necessarily a huge one, but this is a big one because it is a multi-truck accident, and obviously you got to flip in the middle of it, so you got to call it a big one. Nobody got to take tires. I didn't think they would. Just come down, top it off. They're still going to have to at least make another pit stop unless they can save a little bit. If they can save a little gas, they might be okay right here. Like I said, you can go 30 to... You can go probably about 35 laps, so they may be able to make it right here, Dane, but they are going to cut it close. But with that draft being an equalizer, they can half throttle it, use the draft, and maybe be able to save a little gas. They might be able to make it all the way to the end, but it's going to be close. It's about 30 to 35, maybe 33 laps, somewhere in that range, and they're right on the cusp of it. So we'll see how this ends up working out. Jackson Albright leads them. Zachary Tyler, Dave Stinson, Kevin Durant, and Brendan Biggs up here in the top 5. As Dean, they took a pit stop. Can we take a pit stop? I believe we can, can't we? We can take a pit stop, right?
Well, yeah, sure. We'll play a What Is iRacing ad for everybody. Go ahead.
Okay, fine. We'll take a pit stop real quick. Let you hear from them. We'll be right back with Oak House Racing. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the Oak House Racing Truck Series. We've had a lot of pit stops after one of the big wrecks at the moment. We'll go quickly have a look at how much of that repair bill will be costing some of these drivers. As you can see, they will have a fast repair that they can use. Some of the drivers will elect to use that. Some drivers may not elect to use it depending on the damage that they got. But a few of the drivers that were on the damage clock, pretty heavy, were Jackson Pole there, Chase McCook there, Ryan Keyser, and the rest of the drivers look like they might have just chipped out a fast repair or just gone in there for the simple pit stop there of some gasoline. Thank you out there in chat too, because looks like Race and Ranch says there's only 21 laps of fuel. So with 36 laps remaining in this race, they're probably most likely, definitely, according to your statistics out there, my friend, will have to come down one more time to fuel up there. Probably take some boots while you're at it, although we did see that briefly in the pit stop stats there that a lot of money elected to take those 2 tires, which also would have been a bit of fuel with that. Some of the drivers elected to take the 4 here, and wanted to check that with with you guys out there in the chat, and of course with Jacob when he's back in a second, about how punishing Dega is on tires overall at the end of the day.
Dean, matter of fact, I am back now. It was that quick. But tires is not really that bad. You go to a 50-lap race like this right here. I mean, you looked. Obviously you were talking about the repair bills and all that stuff, and you go back and look at some of these guys that made pit stops. Some might have took tires. There was a couple of them that was in there for about 15 seconds or so. So odds are they took 4 freshies. You want that extra grip when you're trying to make some of these moves out here, but 9 times out of 10, you really ain't got to worry about the tires that much unless the track temp, where it's at. And I just now looked at the track temp, and good God Almighty, you could grill a steak out there on the racetrack right now at 136 degrees. So yeah, you will take tires then. Hell yeah, you want the tires when it's this hot. So basically, whatever I just said, talking about, you ain't worried about the tires, you can go ahead and scratch that. Go ahead and scratch it. You get a caution, yeah, go ahead and take 4 tires, especially with a hot track temp that we got as we're back green. With Zachary Tyler, Jackson Albright up here at the front. Yeah, that track temp as hot as it is, Dane, yeah, you're coming down. When you get a caution, if you get a caution, you're taking tires because it is very slick out here. The air temp's not that bad, but that track temp is scorching, so it will put a wear on these tires. You already see right here, Logan Gill. I mean, you see the movement. Obviously, the movement a little bit. The wind's not blowing or nothing like that. It's just the handling with just how hot this track is. They're going to be sliding around all over the place. So something we're really going to have to keep an eye on is that track temp here tonight.
There it is, and Logan Gill making his way from the sub outhouse to the penthouse and all the way up to P3 currently at the moment. That's the man second in the championship at the moment. He just needs to make sure that he needs to continue to keep ahead of... Whoa! Somebody's absolutely
up. One up on the wall.
Russo.
Damn, Russo way back here. John Russo basically riding the wall like a Martin Truex Jr. at Richmond kind of style right here. And look at him. He's trying to get it back over. Get it. Come on, get it back over. Get it back over. Oh,
he can't do it. Wheel, but it ain't going to do anything.
Yeah, it ain't Grand Theft Auto 5, but I mean, hell, he was trying. It looked like it was going to tip back over on all fours if it could have. That would have been a pleasant surprise. That would have been something cool to see. Oak House Racing's replay right here will show the guilty verdict of what happened with John Russo and why he was up sideways. It looked like he might have moved down, might have got some contact from behind that set him up. And basically, once he hit the wall, Dane, as soon as Russo hit it, right side tires straight up into the air and literally driving driver's side door. You see him trying to cut the wheel, he's playing a little Grand Theft Auto at his time, I'd say, because that's how you would try to do it. But I mean, still right there. I mean, and eventually, there for a second, it looked like it was going to rock back on all fours, and it just never did. Watch it again right here. The contact behind him, obviously, that is the 9 back there. Is that John Edwards? That's the 9.
Yeah, John Edwards. Yep.
Edwards gets him again, whatever, gets a piece of it. And I mean, like I said, I think Russo might have got a little bit off, jumped down, come back up.
Should have helped him. I think he's trying to push him there, actually, to get him off the lid, actually. That's what it seemed like, isn't it, with John Edwards? He's kind of like, all right, it could have been a my bad situation. So he's like, all right, let me just try to tap you back onto your 4 legs, not on your 2 legs that you're on at the moment. There it is. And they were on board with Russo. So he lifts off completely, right? And then he's trying to tap him just to get him on, although it's stuck up against the catch fence, isn't it? So there it is. And then Edwards has just backed off completely here, just watching him.
Yeah, good awareness by all these other drivers shooting around him right there, not trying to hit Russo. Russo probably would have actually welcomed somebody to go ahead and hit him that way. They could have knocked him back on his all fours, got it straightened out. See a couple of them down pit road. John Edwards going down. Obviously, John Russo down there as well. Believe it or not, Jackson Pole is still out there. With that, the flip that he had and everything else, Jackson Pole in the 52 is still out there on the racetrack.
Coming in.
He's 1 lap down.
Yeah.
Obviously, your pole sitter, Chasen McCook, as well as 1 lap down as well. Something amiss on the 14, why he is back there. There you see John Edwards' issues with all these guys coming down pit road. Leaders and everybody else, they stayed out under this caution. They didn't race a whole lot of laps. They didn't have a whole lot of laps on those tires, Dean. So I wouldn't see them coming down pit road at this time.
No, I don't think so. And it's led by Joshua Wise at the moment. Going back to those standings at the moment, there is Jacob. So you can see how close it is between Logan Gill and Howard Peoples. Those two. And you can't count out there Chasing McCook. Once again, a bad day for any of these drivers, and those points can switch around pretty quickly. But a lot of drivers in that 700 club. It's going to be very interesting. And two of those drivers in the 800 club there have the points. So good results for some of these drivers tonight with a bad result of another driver. AKA, we'll flip those things around here for the Oak House Racing Truck Series. Go 28 out there too. We're getting in the chat. Let's go to the 28, which is Ryan Kessler, who is unfortunately in pit road at the moment, chipping out some repairs. There's Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, right there with Ryan Kessler, right there, 28 down pit road. There's the last pit stop info. Pretty much everybody in the top 12 been out there for the past 5 laps since they have went down pit road. Joshua Wise, Zachary Tyler, Logan Gill, you talked about him second in the points coming into tonight. Jackson Albright, and Kevin Durant, that being the top 5. Looking for your point leader, Howard Peoples. Was up there close to the front, was up there at the front. He was showing a little bit, and then finally he said, you know what, right at the back. Dean, we've seen this time and time again, not just with the Oak House guys, but, you know, me and you, we've called a bunch of races here at Talladega, and there's, like I said earlier, that you can choose your own destiny when you come to a track like Talladega, much like Daytona and even New Atlanta to a certain extent, but you have these guys that want to ride up at the front and show, want to lead. They want to be at the front. Then you have guys somewhat like me that like to be in that Howard Peoples situation, that Michael Cole area back there at the back, to just ride back there at the back, and if chaos ensues, hit the brakes and try to drive right by it and try to miss the wreck. Some want to be up at the front and try to miss the wreck up there. Dean, the one thing I've always said is if you're at the back, 9 times out of 10, the wreck's not going to happen at the back. You're up at the front. The wreck could happen up here at the front. Where's Zachary Tyler and Josh Wise? All these guys, they get up here racing it out for the lead. Contact ensues. Literally, the wreck can happen smack dab at the front of the pack, and not where most of the time we see it in the middle of the pack. So back's always the safer option, but it doesn't always work out that way. You're still in a hell of a storm when you come to this place.
And you're best to go straight down underneath the double lines there and just go right in the infield as much as possible if you got time, and just avoid everything up there, because usually the wrecks, of course, as you know, are going to be on the actual racing line itself, inside from anywhere from the double line up to the fence. So you have time to react, but if you're in that midfield, that's when you're in that danger zone too, Jacob, as you mentioned. If you're right up the front, some okay, if nobody can get into you. Speaking of which too, Jacob, I wanted to talk to you about that. This 2-tyre versus 4-tyre thing, now with these track temperatures, do you think that Joshua Wise is now up 15 places, has jumped to the front also, because after that short green flag racing that we had from the previous caution, is that just starting to give him a little bit more traction now? A little bit more to play with than some of these other drivers that are only changed those 2 tyres in the previous pit stop?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to play a little bit of a factor, honestly, Dean, with the 4 tires. And obviously, I mean, 4 tires are better than 2. And depending on if you're at a short track, some people say that 8 tires are better than 4. But that's a different story for a different day. But yeah, I mean, the extra traction and the extra grip, especially with these hot temperatures that we're seeing right here, the track temp hasn't moved at all. It's stayed right at that 136 degree mark. So that extra traction, that extra grip certainly will play a factor. It wouldn't necessarily if the track temp was like, say, 70 or 80, something like that. 136, that's hot, and it will get slick. You will start to slide. So the extra grip will come into your favor. It will help you out making moves and being able to keep a stable truck. We see it numerous times as we are back green here with the Oak House Truck Series, but grip's never really a big factor when you come to this place. But when that track temp is as hot as it is, grip will come into play, especially with some of the moves that you're going to be seeing here tonight.
Well, he did get the good launch there for Joshua Wise, so he's just up back currently at the moment for P4. these other drivers who like running at the front there, Jackson Albright there and Zachary Tyler, they've been leading a lot of this race. They're happy to do that. I was just more importantly paying attention to the rest of the field there too on those 4 tyres to see if they're going to start slicing up there, but we'll see at the moment. You see that good push too that Logan Gill had given Jackson, Joshua Wise for a little bit there for a second, but they've just dropped back from the midfield, front field per se. But these two back at it again, Zachary Tyler, and they're going to go for the lead leaders. Remember, they'll get points too for that as well during this race. Who leads the most laps there, Jacob, and it's at the moment double over there for Jackson Albright. But, we've still got 29 laps to go, so they've still got an opportunity to take out the lead laps. Oh.
Damn, they are moving all over the place back there in the
definitely
Jason Truckee area. We got spinners back there in the back. No caution, though. They straightened it out. One driver down on the bottom side right there. That is 27. That's Bill Bonsma. End up going for a slide, but able to hold on to it and save it. 27. He almost lost it. See Zachary Tyler up here, number 31, 88, Coors Light. Chevy. Give you an idea what kind of beer he drinks. That's Jackson Albright up here as well. There's one way back here, Jayla Graves, something amiss on that machine of the 79. See what happens right here. Maybe he got some damage from the Bill Bonsma issue, and then he tried to turn it, wasn't able to turn it. He ends up getting into the grass, not able to turn. No caution yet on the speedway, but he may get lucky. He may get one here in a minute. Getting a little interested up here. Some of these moves being made. Joshua Wise still trying to get this outside lane rolling. Logan Gill lined up right behind him. They're trying to get this outside lane moving, but certainly the grip and possibly a block that tried to be made on Joshua Wise, it paid off, but it really almost caused a huge stack up and almost caused a hell of a wreck.
It did. It was getting a bit loosey-goosey in that midfield per se before. Logan Gill just trying to charge his way back up the front. He knows that championship points are crucial here, especially when his main championship contender, the championship leader, Howard, is down in P16 at the moment. Two packs start to form on the backstretch there. There's that first pack. There's a poor lonely driver all by themselves. And there's the second pack as well, too, out there, Jake. I'm just trying to find them, actually, because there's
Yeah, trying to work it out right here. That second group right here that you're seeing right there, that they may be, I mean, obviously, led by Bill Bonsma. Bonsma was the one that kind of got kicked around sideways, but no caution, was able to hold on to it. And, for the most part, 14th all the way down. Maybe they're in the boat. I was sitting there thinking maybe they're just trying to ride back there in case some, all hell breaks loose up here at the front. But maybe they didn't want to be back there. Maybe all those guys had to get out of the gas and not get caught up in the Bonsma spin and be able to keep it straight and keep it going. So now they're trying to line up and maybe run these guys down. If they get single file, these guys up here get double file. Could end up helping them out, be able to knock off a couple of laps and maybe catch back up to him. Zachary Tyler got his kitty cat driving the Formula One or IndyCar, however you want to look at it, York, Pennsylvania. Zachary Tyler leading. Jackson Albright, Dave Stinson, Kevin Durant, and Joshua Wise up here in the top 5. Logan Gill, Brady LaGrave, Brandon Biggs, Brad Compton, and Jaden Malugan up here in that top 10. As you see right there on the time it's scoring. We're halfway home, baby. 25 to go. Wise down on that inside. Gill now was shoving Wise. Now Gill says, I want enough of this. I want to lead up here.
Yep, needs a push.
Hammond, Louisiana needs a little bit of help up there.
If he gets a push from behind him, be okay. I would be a little concerned. There you go. See, he might get somebody else up to come up and follow him behind. I'd be concerned having a kitty cat driving his car. Now, dog, I could understand that because but a kitty cat would be like interested there for about 10 seconds and they'd be like, now I'm bored. That's because, the attention span of a cat isn't very much. Whereas a dog would be like, you're going to bring it home for you there. But anyway, that's so funny. Cats versus dogs.
Oh, man.
But here we go. That's the second lane.
Here we go. Yeah. Little action up here, Kevin Durant. Now he wants Logan Gill to give him the shove. Saw what he was doing with Joshua Wise trying to make it happen. We got it all right here. We got Yingling leading this thing. We got Coors Light right behind him, and good old Jack Daniels trying to take it all the way to the front. It's the alcohol affair here with the Oak House Racing Series. And you know the old saying, Dave, don't pour it down the sink. That's alcohol abuse. And I bet you right down the front guys up here, they do not do alcohol abuse any way, shape, fashion, or form. The Rat taking good old Jackie D up at the front. Logan Gill will shove him out clear, but gonna stay with him. Clear on the inside, at least for the most part at that time. But now Tyler gonna get back to Logan Gill's door. Gill may think about jumping low, but Brady LaGrave down lined up behind him, thought about jumping to the top side. Maybe not. Maybe it's the handling that we were talking about with these tires on this 136-degree track surface here at Talladega that's really throwing these guys a wrench.
That's what it is. Speaking of alcohol, that's why they can get alcohol back in sports these days, because they sell the 0% alcohol versions of it so that they can just get their advertisers. Because honestly, Jacob, I don't know anybody that ever buys 0% alcohol beer or anything like that. It's just there so that they can sell the beer that and the alcohol that has the content. Why don't we get 0% JD then? Kevin Narad.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you
just so that you can advertise it
alcohol?
legally? That's all. That's just. But nobody ever buys it. It's just only there for you can advertise it in sports. But nobody drinks it. But
if you buy 0% alcohol for you know what, I'm gonna throw a Tony Stewart quote up right here, Dean. If you buy 0% alcohol,
the kid's an idiot.
there you go. You are an idiot if you buy 0% alcohol. It is absolutely correct. That I've seen it, but I'll never buy it. If I'm buying alcohol, I'm buying it. If I'm buying Jack Daniels, it's for the alcohol. It's for the taste, but it's for the alcohol as well.
That's what I said. That's the only reason why they manufacture it for, so they can get the advertisements in the sports these days. But here we go. Second, Joshua Wise now is going to go that second line, and somebody come with him. Nobody's to come with him at the back there, so you know what it's like here in super speedways. You need your dancing partners there, Jacob.
Yeah, you need dancing partners, you need friends, and you need people that you can trust at least all the way up to the white flag, which it doesn't matter if, you know, it's your brother, your mother, your dad, your kid, for what, or for that matter. I mean, they'll trust you all the way. You can trust them all the way down to the white flag. But then once the white flag hits, it's basically everybody's, you know, you're going for it. It doesn't matter. They're going to try to go for the win or try to do what they got to do. Unless they're back at the back trying to help you out, try to get to the front one way or another. Big gap right here. You got the top 9 drivers, literally Kevin Durant all the way down to Brad Compton. You flip-flop down. There's that gap. Then you got a second gap with Jason Trocchi, James Burns, Wesley Beasley, and Jaden Malugin. They're back here all the way from 10th to 13th. You see these guys right here working. And then you flip-flop back and you got all these guys that's one lap down, all lined up behind Jason McCook, from 14th all the way down. They're trying to latch on and try to get going. Top 9 single file, 20 to go. All of them led by Kevin Durant. Logan Gill second in the points, trying to somehow or another get a good finish here tonight. Didi, if he finished second, and Howard Peoples finished back there in the 16th spot that he's in right now, I'm not sure how the point structure is with Oak House, but I would about guarantee you right now Logan Gill come out of this place or come out of Talladega possibly with a points lead.
I'd imagine he'd be back on top there, I believe, too. I don't believe there's a big chunk of points differences between them, but there's also, don't forget, most laps led as well. But we'll see if Logan Gill has enough time even to get that, but he's not in the lead anyway. Kevin is. A bit of traffic at the moment, but being single file, that should not be a problem. To put a lap there on the number 2. Let's see a number 2. That's Wesley Beasley. So he gets out of the way.
Yeah, but Wesley Beasley's in the other line, so not sure exactly who that is right there. Dean, it throws me off. I'm kind of like Wesley Outland sometimes. When you got the time and scoring, it doesn't match the truck that you're seeing out there. Get a little bit of beefy about that. I get beefy about that right there because, I mean, it's hard on us. We don't know who the hell it is sometimes, so we end up having a little bit of beef out of it. The top 9, they're trying to get away, trying to keep it to the floor. And Dean, they're leaving them.
Coming in, some of them coming in. Some of them coming in.
Back here. So we got some of them jumping down right here. About 4 of them jumping down right here. Brady LaGrave Stenson, Albright, Wise, Brandon Biggs going to jump in. So 5 of them coming in right here. Possibly, maybe just put an extra little bit of gas in it. Maybe get 4 freshies. We'll see how that works out for them, see how long they stay in the pits, or if they just going to get gas or take tires. It's a gamble right now, Dean. It is a gamble. It looks like some of them's actually just going to stay in there for a little bit. They're going to take some tires.
That's interesting, and that was out there too from Race and Ranch saying that about 21 laps of fuel, and that's stretching it right now because they are, as you can see, a lot of them are 19 laps since the last pit stop, so you're expecting only a couple of laps at best coming out of these drivers right now to the staying out. Will this gamble pay off for those drivers that did come down there earlier? We'll keep an eye on those speeds once it sorts itself out. Nope, they stay out for another lap here, so Kevin Narat, Logan Gill, Zachary Tyler, all going down. Now Compton's going down. No, don't go by yourself. Wow. Brad Compton, P4, just says, all right, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. But you need dancing partners out here. It's super speedway. On a short track, maybe, but that's. I don't know how he's going to settle up for that. He's going to have to try to find somebody on track, wouldn't he, when he comes out?
Yeah, he's going to have to find somebody to get on out there as well. Obviously, with 21 laps of fuel. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, these old boys up here at the front, all 3 of them are going to have to come down pit road. But
free pit stop.
They're going to come down now. Free pit stop for them. Caution is out. And the spin right here at the coming out of the pits. Brad Compton right here goes around. Coming out of the pits. Now we have one on the backstretch. Yeah. Sean LaGrave had 2 separate incidents. I'd say the one on the backstretch would be the one for the caution, Dean. If I had to take a wild guess, I'd say Sean LaGrave, possibly the one that brings it out. And hell yeah, there's a lot of them around right here. 20 just come out of nowhere. Travis Burton, LSU Tigers colors. He just straight up, I mean, he was getting shoved a little bit as well. The 14 was kind of shoving him a little bit. Jason McCook was giving him the shove and kind of sliding him up the hill right there. But it was close. He might have not been right up his tailgate, but he was there, and he was shoving him up there a little bit. He ends up shoving Burton up into the 51 of Sean LaGrave, ends up sending LaGrave around, and that brings out the caution. And Kevin Narat, Logan Gill, Zachary Tyler, they can go in, they can get 4 fresh tires and not have to really worry about losing a whole lot of track position. Everybody else may end up taking the same advice as them as well. Once again, we look. There you go. Burton actually getting 2 wheels. Damn, LaGrave got him way more. He beat him on that one. Burton might have got 8 on the scorecard. I may give LaGrave a 10, a freaking 10 on the scorecard for airborne style points for Sean LaGrave, but nothing really major out of that. I mean, it wasn't as, egregious as the first caution that we seen, the big one that we saw. But, certainly a little bit of contact to the inside wall, but nothing that major. Here's going to be the interesting point, Dean. Dave Stinson and others and company back here, they've been out there, they pitted 2 laps ago. Now, we know Kevin Narat, Logan Gill, Zachary Tyler, we know these old boys, they're going to come down pit road. There's nothing worried about that. See a couple of these guys staying out to take the wave around. Jay LaGrave going to take the wave around. It's all going to be how far down that pylon of who's going to go and who doesn't go. Looks like Jackson Albright said, screw it, I've made my bet, I'm going to lay in it. He's going to stay out. Yeah. Jackson Pohl may stay out in the 52. Braden Biggs possibly. Looks like they may be staying out. Yeah. We'll see. Actually, no, they're actually, I think he's going to take the wave around on that one as well. Yeah. So Albright, the only one in the top 15 that decided, I'm good. I'm going to stay out. He's the only one in the top 15 that decided he was going to stay out.
Well, why not? Because it's only just a couple of laps, wasn't it? It's only done 3 laps. Essentially, let's say 2, Jacob. Maybe even 1 and a bit, considering the caution. So he's in the right place. He did only take 2 tires on that pit stop, but then again, so did some of these other drivers. So that's the situation for him. I mean, he's going to jump all those places back up there. So absolutely nothing wrong. I'm just surprised that some of the other drivers didn't elect to do that too, which I was surprised. Dave, who was leading essentially that second pack that came down the pit stops, Dave Stinson here, he took a very short pit stop. It was 4 seconds. That's a quick splash, my friend. Well, I guess you've only got 15 or so laps to go. But did he just not? Did they just not have enough fuel to go to the end? Because he didn't take tyres, but gave up track position for it. Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting to say the least on that one as well. Only time will tell to see what happened. Obviously, 15 to go. I'd say about 13 to go when we take the green flag, Dean, because obviously they'll let the wave around cars slide right on up through here, let them carry on, get everybody doubled back up, and get back to it. Track tip has not changed, not one bit. Still at that 136 mark. Air tip still at that 77.
I wonder if it's
no
fixed.
wind.
Yeah.
None.
No
it
wind.
may be fixed.
It could be fixed, considering there's nothing's changed at all. Makes me surprised. Sometimes in leagues, of course, you can fix it and just set it for a race. But they just decided we're going to make it as hot as you said. John Russo, James Burns back down the pit road. There must be probably, I think they're just chipping out some of those repairs from earlier there, Jacob. So, or someone also serving a drive-through. Looks like Travis Burton's got a drive-through. He might have to come down and serve that. Got a black flag next to his name. He's down on the inside apron. Or maybe speeding in the pit road or something like that, but no, not yet.
Maybe dropping to the tail end could be an option on that one as well, Dean.
Yeah.
Very much could. Well, all righty then. Everybody out there in the live chat, got about 23, 25 of you out there in the live chat. Let us know who you're pulling for. We already see, like you was talking about, Dave, earlier, a couple of Go 28s. You got a Go 52 out there. Obviously, with Jackson Pole, a bunch of 52s. Let's go 52s. So I'm sure they may have to go. Hopefully they've got insurance on their phones or their iPads from earlier when Jackson Pole rode it going into turn one, and they got door banged again once again. But Dean, what is that on the hood of that 52? Is there any way we can see exactly what that is?
That is, I think it's How to Train Your Dragon, right?
Okay, it looked like somebody riding a damn bull there for a minute, but okay. It looked like, bad part about it, that little guy right there, it looked like a big black bull, and that guy was riding, I mean, hell, it looked like, a bull rider. At least from the angle you had it from the hood cam, honestly, that's what it looked like. But let us know who you're pulling for. Let us know where you're watching from. We don't care about addresses. We don't care about that. Do not send us an address to say, we're from Georgia. We're from Alaska. We're from Egypt. Hell, I mean, just Dean, that's one good thing about this. That's one good thing about doing this stuff right here, doing this broadcasting with you and everything else, and just everybody, is you get to meet people from all over the country. So that's something I always like to see is where our audience is, just to see who we're associating with, to say the least. I mean, you got a redneck and you got Australian in here tonight for the Oak House Racing Series at Talladega. That's how Motormouth does it. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to Motormouth Broadcasting. Jackson Albright, Zachary Tyler, front row. Green flags in the air. They hit the restart zone. Right on the money. 13 laps to go as they hit the line. And everybody going to take them about a half a lap to 3/4 of a lap to get them up to full song before they maybe end up getting a little interested. 14, Jason McCook getting a little bit to the inside. Almost tagged Zachary Tyler. Could have been detrimental for everybody. That could have been a big bad spot right there. Might have saw the big one right here just trying to get up to speed, Dean.
There's a boss man in there as well too, Jason McCook. He's splitting them up there, but there's also that separate little battle that's forming too. Jacob, no, somebody's off.
Brady LaGrave, 17 going around. Brady LaGrave goes around. Howard Peoples goes around as well, the 19.
Oh, no.
Your point leader coming into the night. Oh, wow. Talking about flipping the points over on its lid, I think it might have just happened, Dean. The 19 doesn't look too tore up. There's Brady LaGrave in the 17.
I think both of the LaGraves have got into each other.
Again.
I think the LaGraves have got into each other, my friend. I think both of them. So that's going to be interesting in that household dinner conversation later on.
That's what I was supposed to say, yeah. There's Albright right there in 88. He actually got Brady LaGrave and sent him around the 17. See Brady right here. Yeah. See what he does? He just comes down. He just comes down, thought he was clear, ends up hooking himself. He ends up almost getting a little bit airborne.
Separate
It slides
accidents.
back up, and then there went Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples got tagged. Everybody was just working their way up, Dean. That's one thing about that right there that, that's just a bad situation.
Yep.
You see somebody coming back up the racetrack, and you're already rolling up in that top side. Everybody starts to migrate up to the top side. You see Howard Peoples, he might actually have a little bit of damage right there on that 19. We're going to check it out right here, see what happened with him. Riding on board with the point leader, Howard Peoples rolls up top, and Kevin the Rat, Jack Daniels' truck, got him in the 47. You see him right there on the bottom side.
Yep.
Hard to miss the Jack Daniels truck when you're a redneck. Ends up getting him, and then Logan Gill, ironically enough,
You're right.
both of the drivers coming in 1-2 in the points tonight. Have a little bit of iffy situation right there and make contact. Damn, boy, Talladega. It's like I said, baby, Talladega, when your points racing, you come to Talladega, it will literally throw it over on its lid. You see it right there, and the Rat just trying to come up, was worried about LaGrave coming more up the racetrack, got worried about it, came up, got Peoples, Gill right in behind Peoples. He ends up running into the back of him, so he'll have a little bit of damage as well. And both of them coming down pit road, obviously, Logan Gill, Howard Peoples. And ironically enough, we got a Miller Lite truck back here, and the Miller Lite truck is crumpled up like a cat after you just got through chugging it.
Yep.
23 getting involved as well. Brandon Biggs.
Sean LaGrave really getting the worst of it too, isn't he? He's pretty dinged up on that one. Has a couple of spins. I'm not sure if anybody else hits him here. No, he's fine. He's just getting going. But pretty dinged up. That puts a lot of drivers down there in pit road, including Logan Gill, who, mind you, is... Where is he? He's not even in pit road. I think he just came out of pit road. So, and Howard, up at a P11. We don't know if he's got any damage on that truck as well, too. We have to see when they go the full song. And all this benefited the Canadian of Dave that I was telling you about before, that I thought it should have stayed out. But either way, he is up in a P3, and he's got a good shot here with basically a 10-lap shootout, I'd say. Maybe even a 9-lap shootout, my friend, when we get to go green soon.
That's what it'll be. It'll be a 9-lap shootout when we go back at it. You see the last pit stop info of what happened. So everybody more or less less than 8 laps, give or take. You got Jackson Albright right there. Obviously, it was 7 laps since he pitted. Everybody else 4 or just pitted, obviously, with Howard Peoples and Jackson Poole, which everybody out there in the live chat. Wouldn't it be wild for Jackson Poole to come back and to win this damn thing? Wouldn't that be something?
He's got the
barrel
fan
rolling,
favorite.
slammed up twice. Yeah, he's got the fan favorite in the live chat, obviously, like you said. But barrel rolls, get slammed twice, come back and win it at Talladega. Yeah. I mean, that's that's kind of hard to believe, Dean. But hell, we've seen it happen before.
Yeah. There's a big one at the front, Jacob. There's a big one at the front, and he manages to slice on by and just avoid everybody. Then wins it. I'll get Jackson Poole to buy me a lotto ticket with that kind of lucky odds. But that's all you have to be, the right place at the right time. If there's a big wreck again, always a possibility. You know that, Jacob. Cautions breed cautions. And then just like that, maybe that fan boost out there. I would say let's add a fan boost. Whoa, who's slowing off big time there just to get some
Albright,
yeah. Albright's just backing up the pack here, just trying to get some temperature in the tyres. But why don't we have a fan boost out there? So we'll interact it with iRacing, so that we'll put a little poll thing up there. Whoever they vote for gets a fan boost. We give them an extra 10-15 horsepower for a couple of laps. It's available.
They take it.
Yeah, available to any.
I guarantee you they take it.
They used to do that in Formula E, I think, actually. They had a fan boost thing that would give a driver so many more extra kilowatts. But there you go. We'll bring it to Oakhouse Racing in the future, eh? Fan boost. Then Jackson Poole would win every race, wouldn't he? Because of the fan boost.
I mean, you would end up winning the championship. Yeah, I mean, friends, baby, you gotta have them. You gotta have them. Even if they're not racing with you, you'd end up having friends to help you out to give you that extra horsepower. But Jackson Pole going to be rolling off from the 12th spot when we go back green right here.
Middle of the Atlantic
at Talladega. It'll be a 9-lapper.
Yeah. How people's fan out there. Middle of the Atlantic Ocean right now. I presume that might be military? Or on an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? Could be on a ship or something, right? Let us know. In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
I'm not sure, but here would be the crazy thing about that, Dean. What if Howard Peoples is out there on that boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and he's league racing at Talladega? That I wouldn't believe it. I would not believe it. It'd be the craziest thing ever to have somebody like that right there out on a cruise ship and go out there and win a league race at Talladega on a cruise ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Crazy as hell. I don't even know how you would get your sim rig onto a cruise ship. That's crazy. But anyway, green flag back in the air. Yeah, customs and all that stuff, man. You got to talk about
Zachary had to lift off big time. Comes back. Oh. Saves it.
Zachary Tyler right there chasing McCook. Just cleared himself more or less, Dave. I mean, literally, he was up top. He come down, missed it by a little bit, got it to Zachary Tyler. And you mentioned it right there. Twin City, Georgia. Georgia boy right here with chasing. Granted, he owns the league. But I'm sure Zachary Tyler not going to be too happy about that. He jumps up top. Albright jumps up, goes with him. And Zachary Tyler will take the lead once again and get back up at the front. A little bit of action going on back there way in the back. But Tyler able to shoot up here. And with 9 laps to go, Dean, you can make it on gas. Ain't nobody saving nothing.
Nope.
Everybody full sending it, and they are trying to get themselves up to the front. Oh, 4 wide back there in the back.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous, but you got to get moving soon. I'd imagine when you get about 5 to go, you start going 4 wide if you need to. But they need to join up. They need to hook up. They need to bumper up. All a little loosey-goosey all over the place. But there it is, the 20 to 29. Now they're starting to hook up. You watch that outside lane there starting to get some firepower, some horsepower. There you go. You want a fan boost right now. It's called bumper-to-bumper boost.
Yeah, I mean, that outside lane, I knew it was going to start to come into play, Dean. It was just too early on when we were watching. It is the right time. It is the right time to get up on that high side tickler line and make it happen. More drivers, though, riding right on that double yellow line down to settle where Grandpappy hides the moonshine from Granny, keeping it on the bottom. But how's that tickler line kind of rolling as well? And the meat and the sandwich line.
Oh, wow, shut the door. That's going to be a wreck.
Oh, Tyler goes up. Oh, they're going to save it. Oh, they're going to save it.
Wow,
No.
not anymore.
No. One flipping back there in the back. Kevin the Red getting involved. Zachary Tyler was up there at the front. Caution is out once again. Damn, that might have been the big one right there, Dean. We saw it earlier for our first caution. I think we just saw another big one right here.
It just comes up here in a second, Jacob. I'm going to show you. Just comes up completely. I don't think he thought he was absolutely clear. He wanted to go to the high side because it's screaming right up there, right? So he goes, all right, let me go up. And because you can't go anywhere. That's a big turn last minute. I think he just couldn't control it at that point, isn't it? It's already half gone. Gets into 20, and this is a problem when you have a crash at the front, don't you? There, takes out the rest of the field almost, apart from the 29 and Jackson Albright. And then you're going to see cars go absolutely everywhere up the front. There's the 2 up on the lid. That's Wesley, isn't it?
Wesley Beasley.
Yeah.
Wesley Beasley goes for the ride. Eric gets right up under the number 2, slides him on up the hill. You see smoke, you see cartage, dirt, fenders, all kinds of chaos going on right there. But I agree, Dane, up there where Zachary Tyler was. He took a move, he took a shot, there was a hole, but he went so far.
Yeah.
He went so far to the right that he was like, damn, I'm going to hit the wall. So he jerked the wheel back to the left. And with 136 degrees on the track temp, I about guarantee it coming to play. Look at the Miller Lite truck. Just slide right on through it very, very cautiously. 23, Brandon Biggs. Yeah, he gets into Joshua Wise a little bit right there, but damn, that outside lane just ends up getting nailed. Oh, Howard Peoples. Oh, wow. That's a bad one right there. That's a hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your ex-wife moment right there, Dean. Howard Peoples, 19. You
Yeah.
really want to hide them on that 19. That was a rough impact. Maybe we'll be able to see that. Watch this right here. Hide them all,
Got his
baby.
way up. Boom. Ooh.
Damn. All 4 tires coming off the ground when he hit the wall, Dave. That's a hellacious hit.
A few blowing engines there too for the 30 as well. That's a big one for a lot of drivers. But you'd have to say, and then for the fan favourite out there of Jackson, he survived this.
Yeah,
He survived this. Look. So here's Jackson. He's going to see all that happen. Get squeezed, actually.
Oh, that's where Wesley was.
But he's still okay.
Oh, wow. He saw Wesley go up in the air, and then when he cut it back down hard left, Tyler and Peoples, there they went. They shot right across in front of him, and he just kept on going, son. Wow. It's amazing, baby. Talladega, you never know what's going to happen.
Put a few drivers down there.
Jackson Albright up at the front, a couple of them down pit road. Logan Gill, Jason Trockey, Jaden Malusian, and Travis Burton in that sporty. We saw him get a little piece of it a while ago. He's up there in the fifth spot as well. Jason McCook, Dave Stinson, Jackson Poole, Brad Compton, and Joshua Wise right now the top 10. Brandon Biggs being in 11th. Everybody else, they're down pit road. Pretty much. They're either down pit road or they're down a lap. So, but we're getting down to the nitty gritty, Dean. We're going to start seeing more and more and more moves like we just saw from a driver like Zachary Tyler, but everybody in the field, they want to win at Talladega. It's going to be interesting.
I think they called another lap as well too, because I think I heard hang on, we're not going green. So the lights are going to stay on the pace car. They're going to go around. They have to really at the end of the day because the field's pretty spread out there, Jacob. And I'll show you that track map. And you've got a whole bunch of cars down there in pit road. You've got a few more still trying to catch up to the snake. They want to get them back in this race. Of course, a lot of those drivers have used up their fast repair at the moment, Jacob. So the rest of it's just on the damage clock. We've got 2 cars on the meatball. And just to let everybody know, the meatball, that's Zachary Tyler there and Brady LaGrave. Just to let them know, the meatball means that they have a mandatory amount of repairs that they have to do. They can't just drive the car out at any time. It has to be completed first before they can drive the car out. Other drivers that are chipping repairs out there, like Sean LaGrave, Jay LaGrave, they are just trying to get much repairs done that they feel that's right. And at some point, if they feel that the car is okay enough to drive, they might come out. Of course, you don't know until you get up to full speed, Jacob, but that's the situation for them. But they will be a couple of laps down at this point, or retired from the race as well too if they decide. We have a few retirements, but we're going to get ready to go green flag racing again. Actually, no, they did call it off for this lap, so another one. We get it down to about 4 to go there, Jacob, before we get back to green flag racing, which should still be in regular racing condition, I believe. We're not going to green white checker just yet because
Yeah, I mean, we'll still be back, as the regular distance right here. I mean, technically right now, 4 laps to go. We go back at it. We'll be into 3 laps to go, Mark. So we'll still be within the distance. Dean, you mentioned obviously the meatball flag and everything else. The first time, people hear that, they're like, meatball flag, what the hell is that? Are we talking about Olive Garden spaghetti? I mean, what's the deal here? No, we're serious. If you've never seen the flag, I encourage you to go on Google and type in meatball flag iRacing. Do it after the broadcast, but go check it out. Meatball flag iRacing. You will see a picture of it. It's a black flag with a orange circles filled in, and like you said, that is required repairs. There is an option, depending on how bad the damage is on the truck. If you scuff the wall or you back into it or something like that, you get optional repairs. You don't have to take those repairs. Those are optional. You can come down, you can get a little service, you can get half the damage fixed, and then when the pace car comes back around right before you're going to get lapped, you can go ahead and gas right up. You can take off. Next time you come down pit road, you can get a little bit more, like you were talking about, chip away at it. Red Wranglers, John Russo, he's at the top of it. Zachary Tyler, who was up at the front, he's got about 4 minutes of it. You mentioned, obviously, with the meatball flag, that meaning that they have required repairs as well.
Yeah. And Jaden, sitting there currently in P3 in this race, Spent over 3 minutes of repairs at the moment. That was a recent pit stop down there. At least was almost 2 minutes stationary in his box. Has come out 20 positions up. Biggest gainer in this race in P3 with a handful of laps to go in the hot seat to potentially win this race.
Yeah, Jackson Pole right there. We see him over 3 minutes of repairs as well. Up here in the top 10. Pace car is off. We're getting ready to settle it here at Talladega. Will we go green, white, checkered? Or will we get it in on the official distance? Green flag back in the air. Logan Gill, Jackson Albright up at the front. Back in behind them. Not able to get a good jump. That was Jason Truckee. Truckee way back on that start, but now he'll slide up, get on the back door of Albright. 92 of Malugin. He gets it going. More help on the bottom, outside, able to prevail. Logan Gill to the front here at Talladega. Getting the shove, obviously, from Malugin. And now Malugin going to try to hook up, maybe try to jump down and end up bailing out on him as they go into turn 3.
Yeah, Logan Gill's in the hot seat. He's a good buddy out there. He's got some fan club for him too. And he's in a good position knowing that Howard Peeps is down there in P20, a couple laps down. So all he needs to do is get a good victory here. He'll be back at the top of the championship standings, no doubt, with this race result here tonight, because you got to get to the checkered flag. And you know how dangerous it can be at Talladega, my friend, when everybody's shuffling for sheep stations.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and remember, folks, if they are able to make it back to the white flag, it doesn't matter how bad they wreck. If they wreck after the white flag, it doesn't matter. You're going all the way to the checkered. Jaden Malugin right in behind Logan Gill. Gill trying to keep it down on the bottom, down in the center where Grandpappy has the moonshot from Granny. Both of them up more than 15 spots from where they was when they started. Travis Burton back there in the 4th spot, up 16 spots. Dave Stinson smack dab up here in the middle of this as well. Jason Truckee trying to hold over, spinning back there in the back.
Kevy.
Caution's out, and we're going to overtime.
It's Kevy, unfortunately, wasn't it, going off track? It looks like a solo accident as well too, but that will bring out the overtime, as you mentioned there, Jacob. So let's go back and have a look what happened to poor Kevy.
Jack Daniels' bottle broken all over the barroom floor right here. See what happened? Getting the shove. John Edwards right behind him in the 9.
Oh,
wow. Just got cleaned up on the top right there. Zachary Tyler ends up coming up the hill. Ends up cutting off Kevin the Rat. Tyler just cut him off. The Rat nowhere to go. Ends up hooking him into the outside retaining wall. Watch it again. I mean, just Tyler wasn't even getting shoved. He wasn't getting shoved. He saw a hole, tried to shoot up through there.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he ends up going around, and unfortunately, again, collects Kevin the Rat. And, you know, Dean, I don't know. I mean, I've never tried it. I never have. But I've never mixed Yingling with Jack Daniels.
What's Yingling?
I don't know how good it would taste, but I would. Yingling's a beer.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever had a Yingling.
Yeah. I mean, I've never tried it. I've never tried Yingling. You know, but you know, I've had Jack Daniels and then flipped it around with Bud Light or Michelob Ultra or whatever. But I've never tried it. But I would about guarantee you, if you drank both of them at the same time, that's probably what would end up happening right there. Is you would basically crash out. That would be my assumption of that.
Let's see how the Yingling will sort itself out for the championship standings at the moment here, with Howard not going to be getting right up that many points there. Logan Gill looking good in the hot seat here to take the lead in the championship. Jason McCook, where is he currently at the moment? P8 on track. Kevin Durant, we just saw have a moment, P16 now. Where's Jackson Albright? And he is, where is Jackson Albright? He's down in P11 currently. Jaden's looking strong here to jump a few people, perhaps, in this championship. I saw that 700 Club's got quite a few drivers in it at the moment there. And Jason Truckee as well, too. So that's going to be pretty good for some of those drivers. That's the thing about McCook and Kevin Durant, isn't it? They could potentially fall a couple of places, or at least lose a few points to these drivers. But the biggest downfall, obviously, is one of those nights for Howard Peoples, where potentially, as I said, he's going to drop a second in the championship. Let's have a look at that schedule too, there, Jacob, because we've only got a couple more races to go, my friend. We've got Lime Rock in Las Vegas, so
Good little deal right there on that one. Lime Rock, Las Vegas. It's going to be a pretty good one right there as well. Lime Rock, we've seen some truck races at Lime Rock.
Yep.
It actually is worth it with the trucks at Lime Rock. It's like a short track style race, to be honest with you, but it's on a road course. Dean, you know me, I've never really been big on road courses. I've never really liked them, and I've never been good at them neither. I've always sucked at them. But if you're going to have a truck race and you're going to have it at a road course, do it at Lime Rock. That's where you want to have it at. Either that or the Charlotte Roval. One of those two places. Those are fantastic racetracks to have the road course racing at. Long Beach.
Yeah. Yep. That's one of my favorites.
You did that last turn.
Crazy.
Yeah, you did that last turn on Long Beach. That's a pain right there.
Last week I had to do it with you and our first dirt racing track. Even Jim stepped in to help us out to try to explain some of that because I had no idea. And so did you, and he had no idea about dirt racing at Bristol. Like with the different lines that start to form up there, and we have to find the dirt essentially, so you can slide the truck around because you need a dirt track, you need a Tokyo drifted essentially, right? So, and of course, if you get too much grip there, it's just you carry too much speed, and it just snaps on you, and you go into a wall. And pit road was a lot of fun as well too, because it was all dusty down there and dirt in the pit road area, so everybody was basically, I think everybody missed their pit box at some point and overshot it, had to back up. It was quite interesting. Well, it was certainly fun.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Bristol dirt, obviously.
Have you driven it, Jacob? You ever done a dirt race?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. I look, okay. Dane, the fans at home, they haven't got to hear it tonight. Some of them probably, this is their first time hearing it. So, Dane, I've got to throw this out there. I'm sorry, but I'm going to do it, and I hope I don't piss anybody off.
We got beef?
We got beef!
Right.
But I have an opinion here. I have an opinion on something on this. If you're going to run a dirt race, I'm not trying to throw the Outcast guys in there. I mean, if you're going to run a dirt race, if you're going to throw a NASCAR series out there, throw the trucks out there. Let them fly, let them roll, let them do it. But dirt cars should be on dirt. That's just my opinion. I've watched Cup races. I've watched the NASCAR Cup Series run them at Bristol. It was terrible. It was terrible. The dirt cars need to be the ones at the dirt tracks, at the Eldoras and the Bristol Dirts and all that good stuff.
Okay.
They need to have dirt cars at the dirt tracks.
Throw an IndyCar.
Well, I mean, hell,
come on.
I have never tried that.
Spice.
Well, that's the good. Well, Dean, that's the good thing about iRacing is we could try that crazy stuff and just see what happens. Dean, I may try that. I may try that after we get done broadcasting. I may fire up my iRacing, get my wheel, hook it back up to my computer stand, and take an IndyCar and take it to Eldora and just see what the hell happens. I've never seen it. I would love to try it just now that you said that.
Too much horsepower. They're just going to go straight into the fence because they're on downforce as well too, remember? So they need high-speed downforce in order to find traction. Without that, you just got no grip whatsoever. It would be interesting. I reckon you get half a lap at best there, Jacob. But what we will have is overtime with Logan Gill in the lead there from Jaden and Jason. So the Jaden and Jason show. That's not a law firm.
Be a little interesting right here. Logan Gill, Jaden Malugian obviously up there with Jason Trockey, Travis Burton, Dave Stetton. The top five. First attempt at a green-white checkered attempt. If we make it back to the white flag, race is a good one. If not, we'll re-rack them, restack them, do it again. And it looks like we may end up doing it, but nope, we are still green. One sliding way back there at the back. We stay green. Malugian up top, 92. Gill down on the bottom side. Trockey, Burton back there to help as well. Third lane looked like it was going to form up. Burton's going to shove Jaden Malugian and shove him very, very hard all the way out to the front. Malugian all by himself. He jumps down, cuts down in front. Burton found a hole and slid on the bottom as well. Biggs trying to get going up top.
That's working with your dancing partner right there, Jacob. We talked about that, didn't it? Those two said, okay, let's get the high line. Let's see if we can clear Logan Gill and get to our stops, get to our places right up to the top at the moment now with one to go approaching very, very soon. Are they going to switch it around at the moment? As Travis says, okay, push you for a little bit now, my friend. Now I want to push to the front.
Yeah, try to get it going up there.
No, they're not.
Try to make it happen. It's going to go around. Look at that big one.
Wow.
Up front, all by himself. They are flipping. They are wrecking. Hell, everybody wrecks except for Jaden Malugin up front, all by himself. Logan Gill about a second and a half back. He ain't even close enough to get the draft. And as long as Malugin doesn't spill his beer over next 2 turns, he should be in good position to get the win here tonight at Talladega. Literally, the field imploded going into turn 1. Jaden Malugin all by himself. Logan Gill back there sitting in second. They're the only 2 coming around the damn corner. Believe it or not, Jaden Malugin up 22 spots. Started back outside the top 20. He is going to win it. Wow, what a finish here with Oak House. Field implodes in 1. P3, they're still coming around, D.
Yeah, they haven't finished yet.
Compton, John Edwards, they're still trying to come around. Look at this. It's the 3rd and 4th place guys are still trying to race just to get to the damn podium. Unbelievable.
Oh, they're all dinged up too. Look how slow they are. Brad Compton. John Edwards. Look at them. They're all dinged up, mate. Well, where's interesting
like
on all that?
raced.
What happened to Jackson? I thought Jackson. Oh, come on, Jackson. Come on, bring it
Not
home.
Jackson. Come on, baby. Come on. Come
There
on.
it is.
Come on.
I thought he could have survived.
He's going to get
actually.
13th out of it all. Wow.
We will go back and have a look at the replays, no doubt, a little bit on that
These
one.
trucks. Yeah. These trucks, honestly, Dean, looking like they have been raced just across the street from the virtual Talladega Superspeedway over at the Hornet's Nest at the Talladega short track. That's exactly what some of these cars look like. They look like they have been beat all to hell after the wreck, the big one, the real big one that happened going into turn 1 that took out the whole field except for 2 drivers. Jay Malugin and Logan Gill, they're the only 2 that made it through it. Jaden Malugin was able to be in the right place at the right time to get the win. Here's the replay. Look at this right here. I mean, just wow. I mean, one move right there. You got Travis Burton up top trying to make something happen. He gets hit. Biggs right in behind him. Is chasing McCook. They slide up here and make it 3 wide. McCook actually gets into the back door. And Travis Burton ends up tagging him, sends him around. Gill down there dirt tracking it. Malugin sees it all in his mirror. Everybody behind him, literally. Joshua Wise right here smack dab in a bad spot as well. I mean, damn, I mean, look, I mean, we got them flipping. We got them all over the place. Gill's getting away. You got all them spinning. Wise ends up trying to straighten it out. He would have had 3rd if he could have kept it straight. Damn,
Every car got hit.
My God.
I tried to get cleared then. Can you believe that?
Wow. You can't make that up. Like, you cannot make that up, Dean. That is...
Just Jaden and Logan, the only ones that survived it, as you can see. And just for Logan too, he almost... You see there, almost, that's Logan. It almost gets completely taken out by the 20. Somehow Logan saved it. That's a miracle save. And that's this Constina effect, this kerfuffle of cars. You can see a track blocker right there. Some of these drivers think, okay, we almost get through, and then have a look at this. But basically, the 46 will come up and take everybody out. Well, obviously, there. Okay, the only car you can hit in the track, all right? Come down. Who else needs to get? You know, you want some? You want some? Everybody gets some.
I'm not trying to laugh. I mean, but it's amazing just how close some of these guys was to getting through that wreck. And if it would have just been 1 inch later, 1 inch earlier, doing what they were doing, and they would have made it through and got them a top 5, top 3. They would have at least got 3rd out of it. Logan Gill, Jay Malugin, they had it from the get-go. Malugin had it from the get-go ever since they wrecked. They ended up wrecking behind him. He gets the hard charger and the fastest lap. Jaden Malugin apparently does. Jackson Albright, most laps that 18 laps. Chasing McCook was your pole sitter. 6 cautions, 18 total laps. 10 green flag lead changes with 7 different drivers. We went just a little bit past the distance here tonight. Jason Malugin only led 3 laps. It was enough. It didn't matter. He ends up getting the win here tonight. Southern Grit, Logan Gill ends up getting the P2 spot. Brad Compton ends up getting 3rd. John Edwards, good to see that for the 9. Hell, he went a lap down earlier on. He ends up coming home with a 4th. With Kevin Durant, Jackson Albright, 5th and 6th. Joshua Wise, good to see him up there. Ends up finishing in 7th. James Burns, didn't talk about him all night long. Up 17 spots. He comes home with a top 10. He gets 8th. Dave Stinson will get 9th. And Ryan Keister will end up getting 10th. Michael Cole will get 11th. Not sure. I still don't know if that's a WWE announcer. I'm pretty sure it ain't. But anyway, Jason Trocchi, Jackson Pohl, the fan favorite out in the live chat, he ends up getting 13th here tonight. Chasen McCook, Travis Burton wasn't able to let the good times roll. He could have if they wouldn't have wrecked him right there at the end, but he would have had a shot. But unfortunately, he ends up finishing 15th. Wesley Beasley will get 16th. John Russo, Brandon Biggs, 17th, 18th. Zachary Tyler back there in 19th. Here's the biggest loser out of all this. Howard Peoples, your point leader coming into tonight. Logan Gill getting 2nd. Howard Peoples getting 20th. You can basically go ahead and flip that point lead right there as well. Brady LaGrave, Sean LaGrave, Jay LaGrave, the whole LaGrave family. They're going to be talking about this one over supper come tomorrow night. End up being 21st, 22nd, 23rd with Kenneth Baum, Bill Bonsma, 25 drivers here tonight for Oak House Truck Series. We're going to take a quick commercial break, folks. Round up the podium finishers, have a talk with them, get our final race analysis. Don't go anywhere. Oak House Truck Racing, Motorbike Broadcast, and we're back right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back at it here at Talladega. Right here at the post-race interviews, podium finishers. Jaden Malugin. Jaden, am I pronouncing that right? It is Malugin, right?
Yes, I'm actually surprised you can get it correct. Not many people say it right.
Hell yeah, I'll take that all day long. Jaden Malugin ends up getting the win up 22 spots. Biggest mover in the field. Got the hard charging award on that one as well. Jaden, buddy, congratulations on the win. What a race. I mean, Talladega right there. I mean, you saw everybody wrecking in your mirror. You pretty much knew you pretty much had it in the bag. More or less the question I'm asking is you knew you had it in the bag. Was you just trying to make sure everybody wouldn't screw with you, at least in your home and everything else, to make sure that you could at least make it all the way around for one lap to win it?
Man, I was just laughing at them. Why are y'all wrecking? It's Talladega. You're supposed to wait for the checkered. The checkered line, that's where you're supposed to wreck at. You're not supposed to wreck the first time. You're supposed to wreck the second time. Shout out to Melissa. She just got married to my boy Howard Peoples. Give it up.
It sounds to me, like everybody's on a damn cruise ship. Is what it sounds like, because he said, we looked out here in the chat and, Howard Peoples apparently, it says he's watching from the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and apparently on a cruise ship. Are we on a damn cruise ship racing, Oak House racing tonight? I mean, Jaden, is that what this is?
Hey, I'm not going to get fully into it, all right? But we might be.
I want whatever he's drinking, Dean. I want whatever he is drinking tonight. I
high on
want
the
it.
race lid,
Jaden
man.
Maloney.
It's a W. That's what it is, son.
I take it all day long. Jaden Maluchin ends up getting the win here tonight. Jaden, buddy, congratulations on the win here tonight. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors and shout-outs you want to thank?
The Tennessee Titans, even though we just made another horrible trade, we're going to do good things.
All right.
That's it, I guess. Keep it down, keep it and let it roll with it. Jaden Maluchin gets the win here tonight. Hard Charger Award up 22 spots. He gets the win here tonight. Jaden, buddy, congratulations on finish. Appreciate your time. We'll see you at Lime Rock next week.
Thank you.
Jaden Maluchin gets the win here tonight. Second place finisher, Logan Gill, coming home with it tonight. He was second in the points tonight after the Howard Peoples deal. Finishing back there at 20th. The odds are Logan Gill will be the point leader going into Lime Rock next Thursday night. Logan, real quick, two questions, and just kind of keep it at the same deal here. One, are you on the cruise ship where they're having this damn wedding? I'm just curious at this point. And two, tell us about your race.
No, Sally, I'm not. Not this time. Maybe next time. Not this time, no.
But tell us about your race, buddy, because it was a wild one right there, to say the least.
It was a wild one. I was kind of scared whenever we had that caution right there. I feel like me and Jaden and Travis had it lined up perfectly for us. Then the caution came out. I was a little worried, but Jaden, my buddy, teammate, Travis, and Jaden, they did perfect. We all three did perfect up there. I wish 20 wouldn't have got wrecked, but it happens. Yeah, it was a nice save, as you're showing right there. It was a great save. I'm very, very lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah, I mean, you are very lucky out of that one. Not trying to throw any, shade at you at all. But, look, everybody behind you. Right there is where it could have went downhill in a hurry right there. But Josh Wise is coming down the track, could have straight up ended up hooking you. But you see all this going on in your mirror. What are you thinking with literally everybody? Because we showed multiple replays of this. We had guys that looked like they had this going through it, and then bam, they ended up getting nailed out of it, just getting blindsided out of nowhere. What are you thinking when you're seeing all this going on behind you?
Man, I'm just waiting to get turned. Simple as that. I'm just waiting for it. It's coming, and luckily it didn't. I was waiting for it.
Oh, well, Logan Gill, buddy, congratulations on the P2 here tonight. Odds are you will be the point leader going into Lime Rock next week with the issues that Howard Peoples had here this evening. Buddy, congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors that you want to thank? Any shout-outs as well?
Shout out Vitz Metals for being on board with me. Shout out Mr. Tristan Peoples in the chat and Mr. Van. Shout out both of them.
Absolutely. We had a lot of them shouted out there. And real quick, I'm not sure what the hell is going on, but, I will go ahead and give a shout-out. Howard Peoples, congratulations out there on the cruise ship if you are really getting married. I don't know for sure, but if it really is, hey, congratulations, man. Hell yeah. Logan, buddy, congratulations on the P2. Appreciate your time. We'll see you at Live Rock next week.
Thank you.
That was Logan Gill gets the P2, here tonight. Then you got to go all the way back, 21 seconds back from Jaden Maluchin. That's where you find Brad Compton. Brad,
Wow.
damn. Wow. What a wreck right there that we had right there at the end. What's going through your mind? Congratulations on the P3. But what's going through your mind when you see all this going on? Are you shocked that you're sitting in the P3 spot at this point?
Oh, absolutely. I got really, really lucky there. I thought I had it completely missed, and then all of a sudden I just got right rear hooked by the 52 coming down. But I just got in the wall light enough where I was able to drive it back, so I got very, very fortunate in that situation. Yeah,
and Brad, we see you right here. Looking at it right here on the screen, we got driver. Wow. Metal Light's going to be crumpled up after this one. I already got crumpled twice right there out of that. But you see yourself right here. You're rolling. And obviously Jackson Pohl, he's trying to find when you're in a situation like that and there's just everything going on, wrecking all over the place and everything, are you even paying attention to the spotter or really worried about what everybody else is doing? You're just, at least in my eyes, my first guess is just say, hell with it. Just try to drive through this. Because right here at this point, you don't know where the hell you're going to finish. And you're surprised that you got third of it as well.
Yeah, I had no idea until after I crossed the line. I couldn't believe I finished in third in the end there, but literally, as you see, everybody wrecked. So I just got really lucky. That's all it came down to. I mean, I have nothing else to say.
It's got a truck built like a caterpillar there, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
'Cause it's just limping home at this point. But
Bet like a damn bulldozer.
yeah.
Bet like a bulldozer. It was enough to make it. I'll say this right here. You're coming home third here tonight. I've said this a couple of times. Dean knows exactly where I'm going with this. Real quick, do you have a gas station in your vicinity that is open at this point?
Yes, sir.
You might want to go buy you a damn lottery ticket because you come out of this one with a third here tonight. You like you said, you're very lucky. Logan Gill needs to get one as well. Both of you need to get one. But Brad, buddy, congratulations on the P3 here tonight, buddy. Appreciate your time. Do you have any sponsors, any shout outs that you want to thank?
Yeah, shout out to Caterpillar for building me a bulldozer. Thank you very much, guys.
Brad Compton. Yes, sir. Brad Compton coming home. Is there any more sponsors or shout outs?
No, we're all good, buddy. Have a good night.
Okay, I was going to make sure I didn't cut you off. Brad Compton coming on with P3 here tonight. Congratulations on the finish. We'll see you at Lime Rock next week.
Thank you.
That was Brad Compton. And Dean?
Yes,
yeah, I mean,
sir.
last race at Oak House that I called was back, I think it was the second or third race, I believe, whichever one Michigan was. That was the one that I last called. And it was a pleasure to come in here, and then I looked up, and then I found out where they was racing at, and I was like, oh, Lord, Talladega, you can't beat this. And you can't beat this place. You really can't. It always produces some wild finishes. You see it right here, obviously. If you haven't yet, make sure you like, subscribe, Motormouth Broadcasting as well. Dave, buddy, always a pleasure working with you. I mean, love you to death, buddy. Your final take on another wild one at Talladega.
Got to be in it to win it. So remember, too, on top of that, Jacob, that Jaden also had those repairs down at pit road, and also give it to Kevin Narad. He came back and managed to finish in P5 and survive all that wreck as well, too. And I thought he was going to be completely out after that, just an earlier incident before there, and he managed to have that. But that's the situation, Jacob. You've got to be in it to win it when it comes to the big one here at Talladega.
Yeah, you got to be in it to win it here at Talladega. Love this place and love, just everything about this place. And hopefully I'll be back sometime very, very soon. Possibly take my son to a race here at Talladega. Is there you see the schedule for the rest of the season. Obviously, Lime Rock, Las Vegas. That's what's left here for Oak House Truck Series. And going to be a little interested to see what happens when we get down to the nitty-gritty come next week and we go road course racing. Love this place. It was a great race. Congratulations, Jaden Malugin on the win. But folks, that's going to do it for this broadcast here on Motormouth Broadcast. I got to thank all the sponsors here with Oak House Racing. Obviously, Admin Box for their sponsorship. Awesome, good stuff. Enter the code. I believe that is DHR-BOXX. Get 10% off on your order. I believe that's the code. I believe that's what I'm seeing right here. So go check them out on that one. Ranger Creative Concepts, Lakeland, Georgia. Go check out RCC as well. Bar 2, Ready Mix LLC. Go check them out as well as Vince Metals. Fat Boy Fabrication. I'm not making that up. That's exactly what it says. Fat Boy Fabrication, custom fabricated cars, as well as Twin City Home and Hardware, Sleepless Automotion. And obviously here, Oak House Racing for what they got going on. So shout out to all the sponsors. Obviously Roasted Record as well, and Digital Race Engineer for what they do here for Motormouth Broadcasting. Shout out to the drivers. Put on a fantastic show, fans. Y'all come out big old numbers. Even though there's a hell of a wedding that's been going on, there must be a hell of an after party going on, and I'm very sad that I'm not a part of it. I would have loved to have got the invite to it as well. And all the admins, a part of this great league right here with Oak House Racing, allowing Motormouth Broadcasting to come in, broadcast it, allowing us to be ourselves, entertain you, the fans. For Jim Cunningham that runs it over here at Motormouth Broadcasting, the best damn producer in the business, the Australian Dean Humpton Biggles, co-commentating and produced it on the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Talladega in the rearview mirror. We're going left, right next week. Lime Rock Park. Next round for the Oak House Truck Series. Gonna be a good one. Next Thursday night, same time, same channel, folks. We'll see you there.